I don't know why. Like, that's not even an opening intro or anything like that. Regardless, welcome back to Awkward Author Book Reviews. Yay. I can do it. I can word. This really shouldn't be coming from an author, you know. You would hope I'd be able to speak a little bit better, but no. Thankfully, I don't write the same way I speak. Um, so I wanted to discuss another ebook today. This one was provided to me by a fellow author over at Loose Id. She writes historical romance, I believe. But this one in particular is a male-male historical romance novelette, called Poppies in Paris by Jules Radcliffe. And it was an absolute blast to read. I think it's about 55 pages, so it was a really, really easy read through. But it appealed to me. It was and I guess it's because historically male topics would be more interesting to me than female topics, given women's oppression throughout history. So I actually enjoyed this one a lot more than I tend to enjoy historical romance, because normally, from a lady's perspective, it's, oh, let's go to the ball and look at my fancy dress and shit that I find incredibly boring. I mean, that's nice that you want to go to the ball. That's like, all this stuff is incredibly trivial to me. And I mean, the romantic aspect is interesting, sure, but the surroundings aren't. It's why one of my favorite genres tends to be urban fantasy, because the women tend to be just as kick-ass as the men. But since this was male-male romance, it actually took place during the war. And you were in the trenches with the soldiers, which I found really fascinating and a lot more emotionally riveting. They were dealing with very real issues, grief and loss and guilt, survivor's guilt especially. And I thought it was really, really well written. The prose was beautiful. It was informative. And I really felt like it gave you a glimpse of what those soldiers were going through, while still delivering like a sweet story in between. I think this is part of a series, so there will be other books on the horizon in the future. Um, but yeah, I would definitely recommend give it a shot. I was surprised because, again, like, normally historical novellas are not my thing, but I guess, the have it going through a male perspective helps, because women didn't have as much, weren't allowed to do as much, in the past, and so makes me really happy that I'm a modern day woman, and so that's a good thing. But yeah, give it a chance. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.